the generic Democratic candidate beat President George W. Bush. We saw what happened in 2004. At this very juncture in 2007, then Senator Obama was down 31 points to Senator Hillary Clinton. At this very point, 31 points. And so you see what happens over a period of 4, 6, 8 months. And so I don't waste time in what a poll right now says, because a poll is actually a snapshot, a moment in time. The real question is really what's going to happen in terms of June, July, August, because that's when everything really comes into shape. With no candidate, you can't compare President Obama to a GOP nominee. It's just sort of wide open. So I pretty much ignore all of it right now.
All right. Thanks for coming and have a great day. All right. Go ahead, sir.
Brother Roland Martin, first of all, welcome back to Baltimore, my fellow Alpha brother.
All right. Eat, buddy. If you and some other frat, I'm sorry you couldn't get in.
With all of the political capital that Barack Obama had when he first...
President Barack Obama. I don't like anybody to address him as Barack. Only Michelle. Only his wife or his mother-in-law. Go ahead.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. That President Barack Obama had when he was first elected. Do you believe that that political capital could have been spent in another way, that we could be in a much better position than we are now as a country?
No. Because first of all, the political capital was false. Understand, he won by 10 million votes, 359 electoral college. But the reality is we still are very much a split nation. You have fewer people today who identify themselves as a Democrat or Republican. More folks self-identify as independent. So what that happens is folks can go either way. We've had 3 consecutive changed elections. We changed in 06 when Congress flipped from Republican to Democrat. We changed from Republican president to Democratic president in 2008. We flipped from the House from the Democrats to Republicans in 2010. We have not seen that kind of instability politically in a very long time. And so that's because people are in this desperate search for answers, when the reality is there is no one answer. The second piece is Americans are naturally impatient. Ben Bernanke, head of the Federal Reserve, told us this is going to take several years. We were in such an economic rut, not just Wall Street, not just companies, but also individually, that it's going to take literally years to get out of. Our response is, man, it's been 3 months. What's going on? And so, when you have an economic crisis in here, then you had the massive issue with healthcare, all these forces converge, and again, we don't have 4-year elections. Because Congress, the House, they vote every 2 years, we really have 2-year elections, which really isn't 2 years, because you're campaigning a year out, so you really are reduced to the first 6 to 9 months, and then it's held in a warfare back and forth.
Yeah, that's a great observation. It's almost constant campaigning there.
Absolutely.
Sir, you have
Roland and Jacquie.
Another alpha man.
Keep watching BMoreNews.com. The news before the news.
We should understand about Hispanic vote. I first of all call it Hispanic/Latino vote.
Well, we uncover
Hispanic/Latinos in Texas are different from folks in Miami because you have a large Cuban influence. They're different from what's happening in Chicago because you have a Chicano influence. They're different from what's happening in California where you have a stronger Mexican influence. They're different from New York because in New York you have folks who are Afro-Cubans, who are Afro-Latino, so therefore they close identify to African Americans, so you have Puerto Rico and Dominican Republic. And so we somehow think that, oh no, there's this one group. It's not. The second piece is that Hispanics/Latinos have a nationalistic influence. And so you have folks who say, yes, I am Latino, but I'm Venezuelan. I'm El Salvadorian. I'm from Peru, I'm from Chile, I'm from Mexico. And so they are also thinking in terms of a country as opposed to just, I'm Latino Hispanic. Latinos, that group will be critical. The critical factor, I think, to determine who wins, because they will largely determine, based upon the numbers, Nevada, whatever they want to pronounce it. Colorado, New Mexico. Then you roll in Florida. people don't realize, we keep talking about the South, the solid Republican lock. Georgia could very well be the next state that flips from Republican to Democrat. Why? Georgia has nearly 1 million unregistered African Americans. Last election, President Obama lost John McCain by 200,000 votes in Georgia. You take a quarter of the just African Americans. People also don't realize Georgia has a growing Hispanic population. And so they are looking at Hispanics growing in areas where nobody actually thought about it. New Orleans, Louisiana is one example. But Latinos will absolutely determine what happens west. And so when you have the Republican debate, it was an amazing question. What will you do to attract Latinos to the GOP? All the answers were, build a border, build a wall. And I'm going, that ain't the good answer they were looking for.
That really worked well in East Germany.
I mean, I'm going.
It really worked well in Berlin.
Any of y'all hear the question? And they were hot, and I'm telling you, that is going to be the key in those 3 states. Look at Colorado, New Mexico, Nevada, possibly Arizona. Whoever wins those 3 states, that's going to determine the election, those western states.
So you're now in the prediction business?
I guarantee you those 3 states will determine the election.
All right. Yes, ma'am.
Keep watching BeMoreNews.com, the news before the news, where we uncover the truth.